All right, let's get straight to it because your time is valuable and so is your energy. We all know stress. It's that heavy cloak that drapes over us, making everything feel 10 times harder. But let's be real. Stress doesn't just hurt your productivity, making you feel like you're wading through mud just to get through your to-do list. No, it's much deeper than that. It distorts your frequency. Think about it. When you're stressed, your whole vibe changes, doesn't it? That internal radio station you're tuned into, it gets staticky, unclear, and frankly plays some pretty lousy tunes. This isn't just about feeling bad, it's about how stress fundamentally messes with your inner compass. It clouds your intuition, that gut feeling, that inner knowing that guides your best decisions. Suddenly you're second-guessing yourself, feeling lost, unsure of which way to turn. It drains your energy, leaving you depleted and running on fumes. And it absolutely disrupts your relationships. Snapping at loved ones, feeling disconnected. Yes, stress is often the culprit, and here's the kicker. Over time, all of this erodes your potential. It chips away at that incredible power you have inside you. But here's what I've learned, and what the most successful, most aligned people on this planet understand. The quantum elite don't eliminate pressure, because let's face it, pressure is a part of life, especially when you're aiming high. No, they elevate there to it. They have tools, they have techniques, they have a mindset that allows them to navigate the storms without capsizing. So today I'm pulling back the curtain and sharing 8 proven techniques to reduce stress and, more importantly, recalibrate your power. Get ready to shift. Okay, technique number 1 is all about getting crystal clear on where your energy needs to go. It's called prioritizing with precision. So many of us fall into the trap of being busy, constantly moving, constantly doing. We wear our packed schedules like a badge of honor. But here's the truth bomb. Don't confuse movement with momentum. Just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're actually moving forward in a meaningful way. It's about focusing on what shifts your trajectory, those key actions that create real leverage and propel you towards your biggest goals. Think of it like this. You have a limited amount of high-quality focus and energy each day. Are you spending it on the tasks that are just loud or on the tasks that are truly impactful? This isn't about creating a longer to-do list, it's about creating a one. It's about identifying those 20% of activities that will yield 80% of your desired results. When you do this, you're not just managing stress, you're eliminating a huge source of it. The feeling of being overwhelmed by a mountain of tasks that don't really matter. Precision in your priorities means power in your progress. Next up, let's talk about something that creates so much underlying stress, often without us even realizing its full impact: unspoken tension. Technique number 2 is communicate with clarity. Think about those moments when something is left unsaid, a misunderstanding festers, or you're holding back your true thoughts or needs. That unspoken tension builds energetic static. It's like interference on a radio frequency, making it hard to hear, hard to connect, and creating a constant, low-level hum of discomfort and anxiety in your energetic field and in your relationships. The antidote: speak the truth. Let clarity do the clearing. This isn't always easy. I get it. It requires courage, it requires vulnerability, and sometimes it means having those tough conversations. But the alternative, letting that static build, is far more damaging in the long run. When you communicate clearly, directly, and honestly, with kindness, of course, you cut through the noise, you create understanding, you resolve conflicts before they escalate, and you free up an incredible amount of mental and emotional energy that was being consumed by that internal static. Clarity is a superpower for stress reduction. All right, let's get physical, because your body is one of the most powerful tools you have for shifting your state almost instantly. Technique number 3 is move to reset. We often think of stress as purely a mental or emotional thing, but it lives in your body. It creates tension in your shoulders, tightness in your chest, that antsy feeling in your gut. Your body is like a tuning fork. It resonates with the energy around you and within you. If it's resonating with stress, you're going to feel it and it's going to amplify it. The good news is you can consciously change that resonance. Even a short walk, a few simple stretches at your desk, dancing to your favorite song for 5 minutes, or a quick burst of jumping jacks can recalibrate your mental and emotional state. Movement releases endorphins, it boosts circulation, it literally shakes off stagnant energy. It's not about a grueling workout, though those have their place too. It's about intentionally using your body to shift your frequency. So the next time you feel that stress creeping in, don't just sit there and let it take over. Get up and move. Tune your instrument. Chapter 4. Technique 4. Invest in your expansion, growth as a frequency upgrade. Now let's talk about something that might not seem like a direct stress buster, but trust me, it's fundamental to building long-term resilience and elevating your entire energetic state. Technique number 4 is invest in your expansion. What do I mean by that? I mean actively engaging in learning, growing, and developing new skills or understanding. Growth isn't just about acquiring knowledge, it's a frequency upgrade. When you learn something new, when you challenge your mind, when you step outside your comfort zone to master a new ability, you are literally activating new neural pathways. This process of expansion does something incredible. It shifts your perspective. Problems that once seemed insurmountable can start to look smaller or more manageable when viewed through the lens of new knowledge or capability. It builds confidence, and confidence is a powerful antidote to stress. Think about it. When you feel capable, when you feel like you're evolving, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by challenges. You're operating from a higher energetic set point. So read that book, take that course, learn that new language or skill. Your expansion is an investment in your power. Chapter 5 Technique 5, Schedule Intentional Pauses. Recovery is strategy, not luxury. This next one is something I know a lot of high achievers struggle with, myself included sometimes. But it's non-negotiable if you want to operate at your peak without burning out. Technique number 5 is to schedule intentional pauses. Listen, you are not built to run non-stop. Our culture often glorifies the hustle, the grind, the idea that if you're not constantly producing, you're falling behind. But that's a recipe for chronic stress and eventual breakdown. Recovery isn't a luxury, it's a core strategy for sustained success and well-being. Think of elite athletes. Do they train 24/7 without rest? Absolutely not. Recovery is built into their training schedules because they understand it's when the muscles repair and grow stronger. The same applies to your mind, your energy, your creative capacity. Scheduling short, intentional pauses throughout your day, even just 5 to 10 minutes to step away, breathe, do nothing, and longer periods of rest and rejuvenation, like unplugging on weekends or taking proper vacations, is crucial. These pauses aren't about being lazy, they're about recharging your internal battery so you can come back stronger, more focused, and more resilient to stress. Let's talk about how we structure our days, because rigidity can be a major, often hidden source of stress. Technique number 6 is to honor flexibility. So many of us try to force ourselves into these super rigid routines, minute-by-minute schedules, believing that's the key to productivity. And while structure is important, overly rigid routines can actually dull your flow, stifle your creativity, and make you feel incredibly stressed when life inevitably throws a curveball and your perfect schedule gets derailed. Life is dynamic, and our approach to our days needs to reflect that. Instead of just managing your time, I want you to start thinking about designing your day around your Pay attention to your natural rhythms. When are you most focused? When do you have the most creative energy? When do you naturally need a break or a shift in activity? Honoring flexibility means being willing to adapt, to pivot, to listen to what your body and mind are telling you. It might mean tackling your most demanding task when your energy is at its peak, even if it's not first thing in the morning like some productivity guru said. It's about creating a supportive structure that flows you, not one that you're constantly fighting against. This technique is a game changer for taming that monkey mind that so often fuels our stress. Technique number 7 is to practice mindfulness. In our hyper-connected, always-on world, our attention is constantly being pulled in a million different directions. This split attention equals a scrambled frequency. It's like trying to tune into a clear radio station with a dozen other stations bleeding through. The result? mental clutter, overwhelm, and a heightened sense of stress because you feel like you're not truly present or effective in anything you're doing. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention, intentionally and non-judgmentally, to the present moment. It could be focusing on your breath for a few minutes, noticing the sensations in your body, or paying full attention to a simple task like drinking a cup of tea. It's about training your mind to be where your body is. This practice restores coherence to your thoughts. It calms the nervous system, reduces rumination, and creates a space between stimulus and response, allowing you to react to stressors more thoughtfully instead of just reflexively. Even a few minutes a day can make a profound difference in your ability to manage stress. Our final technique is about the company you keep, because your environment, especially the people in it, profoundly impacts your energy and your stress levels. Technique number 8 is to connect with high-frequency people. Think about it. When you're isolated, or worse, when you're surrounded by negativity, criticism, or constant drama, it weakens your signal. It drains your energy, pulls you down, and makes it incredibly difficult to maintain a positive, resilient state. Stress thrives in that kind of environment. Connection, on the other hand, especially with aligned minds, people who uplift you, support you, inspire you, and operate on a similar positive wavelength, sharpens your signal. These high-frequency connections create a resonant field of positive energy. They provide encouragement when you're struggling, offer different perspectives that can help you solve problems, and remind you that you're not alone. Building and nurturing these relationships isn't just nice, it's a strategic imperative for your well-being and your ability to navigate stress. Choose your connections wisely. They are amplifying or diminishing your power. So there you have it. 8 powerful, quantum-level techniques to not just manage stress, but to fundamentally recalibrate your energy and reclaim your power. Stress is real. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. Life will always present challenges, pressures, and moments that test us. But here's the absolute truth. So is your ability to rise above it. You're far more powerful than your stress, and these tools are here to help you tap into that innate strength and resilience that's already within you. Remember, micro shifts in your awareness and your daily practices lead to macro shifts in your results, your well-being, and your overall frequency. It's not about overhauling your entire life overnight. It's about picking 1 or 2 of these techniques that resonate with you right now and starting there. Small changes, consistently applied, create massive transformation. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your go-to stress reset below in the comments. What's that one thing you do that helps you recalibrate? Your insight could be the lifeline that realigns someone else's path today. And don't keep this to yourself. Tag a leader, a creator, a friend, or a visionary in your life who needs to hear this message right now. Let's spread this knowledge. Remember the Quantum Elite Code. We're not just managing pressure, we're upgrading human potential. This is about building a community of empowered individuals. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, follow us, and share this video. Let's keep building the quantum community together. This is your frequency shift. Own it.